first of all, when did you decide that you wanted to be a vegetarian?
Vegetarian? 17. No, I was thinking about it freshman year, and then when I 20th birthday is when I did.
Okay. And I think I've asked this before, but have you ever, since then, have you ever missed eating meat? Or maybe at first, or never? So like when you smell meat or anything, you don't want it to have that desire at all? Don't.
I think in the first few years, like if it was a Whopper or something, I really used to eat a lot.
Okay. But you haven't had any meat since you were 20 years old?
Right.
Wow, not at all.
So Donald, tell me the story about how Brett broke his jaw.
Oh, Brett. So I was working at camp across Lake George the summer of, I guess it'd be about 1980, and what I had heard is Brett was playing tennis with Mom and Dad, Grandpa and Grandma for a lot of you, and there was a very obnoxious man next door on the next court over playing, and at one point Mom had hit one of her balls over onto his court, and she asked for it back, or she went to get it, and they got in a little bit of a shouting match, and he was basically, again, being really belligerent, and I think at one point Dude tried to go over and try to help a little bit, and Brett was like, oh man, I gotta go do something. So he went over there and kind of stood up for Mom and Dude, and the guy, again, he at one point just hauled off and punched Brett and caught him right in the jaw and actually broke it.
Excuse me, but I think you have one of our tennis balls.
I think we have all ours. What are you hitting, ma'am?
The yellow fuzzy ones.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I've got yellow fuzzy balls too.
Don't
You're gonna have to be a little more
specific. Brett, get over here and beat the crap out of this guy.
Ran to the sidelines and told Denova, Coach, you got to get Patterson out of there. I said, why? Is he getting beaten up that bad? Is he getting beaten up that bad? And he said, no, he's killing the guy.
He's killing it. Okay. That's now you weren't there, were you? Or,
no.
Okay, but this is what Stephen told you that this happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now Patterson, you got a tough matchup today. You've got the all-county kid. It's a tough kid. Okay, you're going to do the best you can. You do your blocking assignments, just like we went through the plays. You execute. Okay, Coach? Hey, you gotta run the route! You gotta run the route!
Hey, Coach.
Yes?
Coach, you gotta take that Patterson kid out.
What's the matter? Is he getting beat up really bad in there?
No, he's gonna kill one of my kids.
Okay. Hey, Patterson! Patterson! So Patterson, I had a little talk with the coach from the other team. He came up to me and he said, "You sounds like you're doing all right out there." In fact, he said you're about to kill the kid. What are you doing out there?
Okay, when he was in second grade, he tells a story about when he raised his hand timidly. Does it sound familiar at all or no? He's never told you that? Okay. And he had never spoken a word all through first grade, and the way he always told it to us was he raised his hand. He'd never spoken first grade. His mom had been trying to encourage him to talk, and so when we moved out to Sag Harbor, he raised his hand the first day of school, and he just and the teacher called him and said, "Yes, Richard." And the way he tells the story is he said, "My father's the principal," and he just started bawling because his dad was the principal of the school. So.
Good morning, class. Welcome to the second grade at Pearson Elementary School. My name is Mrs. Schlussler, And we are going to have so much fun this year and learn so many wonderful things. Yes, Richard.
My father. My father's.
Yes, Richard.
My father's Clint Duplessis.
Oh, dear. And I thought your father was the principal.
You're an Eagle Scout, right? And like when you had certain criteria for each merit badges, you were pretty vigilant about making sure you met all the requirements and did all the work, and you worked really diligently and probably almost maybe even overachieved on some of them, but you made sure you did them all. And how many merit badges did you end up getting? Do you remember?
21.
21. Okay, and you made Eagle Scout, and you're pretty proud of that, and you were honest through it and all that stuff. Okay. I understand you're here for the life-saving merit badge, and before I start to ask you, there are several requirements for this thing. So you have the requirements. Can you give them to me? What you have written up in your reports and such? Okay. I see. There's not very much here. What's this? It says you want life-saving and animal husbandry and citizenship in the world and citizenship in the nation, but there's nothing here. You've got to do some work for these things, young man. Well, that's a nice little sum of money, but for 6 merit badges, I couldn't possibly do that. But well, a scout is supposed to be honest now, young man. We really can't take money for these kinds of things, you know. I'm afraid, that's awfully inviting, but I'm afraid I can't quite do that. So, well, okay, I can sure sign you off for these here merit badges. So you're going to get 6 of them then, I guess. Okay. Well, there you go, sir, young man. Good luck with your Eagle Scout proposals. So tell us what happened.
Okay, so when I was about 4 years old,
Okay.
Mom was in the hospital giving birth to Uncle Donald.
Okay.
And I decided that I was going to be Dod when they were gone. So I told them, I'm Dottie.
Okay.
And they said, no, you're not. Now quit saying that. And they finally got tired of me saying that.
Okay.
So they put me in the trash can.
They put you in the trash can. Okay.
Put me out for the trash. Put the lid on.
Yeah.
And so I was there for a while, and finally the neighbor called Mum in the hospital.
Okay.
And told her that I was in the trash can, that the oldest ones had thrown the youngest out for the trash.
So your brothers took you and put you out for the trash.
Exactly.
Pretty good. I like the stakes there.
Yeah, it's pretty good lighting. I think we should shorten the football scene, though. Dad talks a little too much.
Yep. Actually, the Uncle Greg scene, too, should be shortened in the beginning, especially. So.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What do you think, Dad?